books, we deal with many important questions, but what can be more important than life, that basic fundamental right, God-given right to life? And so that motivates us. Beyond that, our districts are also very strongly in favor of the pro-life action that we're taking. In particular, if we're talking about government money, taxpayer money, being used to fund abortions.
I learned that state dollars were going to abortion facilities when Texas Right to Life came to my office and showed me the money that was going to Planned Parenthood from Texas taxpayers in the appropriations bill.
So in the 2011 session, when the budget came to the floor, thanks to the hard work of Texas Right to Life and a lot of research and a lot of hours were put into it, myself and several of my colleagues began to chip away at the funding for Planned Parenthood.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, my amendment simply moves $4,150,000 from strategy B1.3 under Department of State Health Services for each fiscal year.
It moves $1 million for the biennium, half a million each fiscal year to early childhood intervention.
This moves to something that's dear to my heart and family, is in autism. Autism has been totally defunded in the current proposed budget. If this simply takes and moves $3,300,000 per year back into the program.
Simply, this amendment moves approximately $14 million over the next biennium for funding for family planning to mental health services for children.
This amendment moves $546 to EMS and trauma care.
So when the budget comes to the floor of the House, there are certain rules that apply. If you move money from one place, you have to put it somewhere else. Much of the money we're dealing with is federal money, and there are strings attached to that money. Certain federal dollars can only go certain places. So for the hundreds of amendments that we see offered to the budget, most of those amendments never reach the floor for a vote. They are knocked out on a point of order because the money isn't being put in the right place, they're violating some federal rule or some state agency rule. So in preparation for that, Texas Right to Life worked with the agencies months in advance to find out what money could go where, what dollars could be put in what particular programs.
We could shift those same dollars that were dedicated just to those inadequately provided for facilities that abortions being provided. We could spread that same dollar to those federally qualified health care centers and provide a broader scope of health care for women in the state of Texas.
No, I actually think the fund from which we're drawing the money is far less desirable than the one we're directing money to.
In what, in what way?
Pardon me?
In what way?
I think it has less controversy and broader application across Texas.
As a result of taking that money from Planned Parenthood, we've seen some Planned Parenthood facilities close throughout the state.
It has crippled the abortion industry in Texas. I don't know if you can put an exact number on it, but I know that there's babies alive today that would not have been without the efforts of Texas Right to Life.
And Texas has been a leader in trying to evidence some degree of moral compass in how we spend our health care dollars.
Texas Right to Life, of course, is the source for information, for research, for talking points, for all the details that we need to move the pro-life, the life agenda.